everybody. It's Mandy Webkinz, and I'm here for Podkinz number 69, and it's all about Halloween. And of course, Michael Webkinz is here too.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Michael.
So this is going to be a fun episode.
It is. I love Halloween in Webkinz World.
Absolutely. Halloween events have already started because, of course, usually most of them start on October 1st. So this episode, we're going to read a couple of announcements. We're going to go through our KinzPost. We're going to talk about our Halloween favorites, actually, which is going to be fun. And then right at the end of the episode, I'm going to show you a few rooms, surprise, that I made for Halloween with some of the actual cool prizes that we've released this year for Halloween that we'll talk about today as well. So pretty exciting. Lots of stuff to do. So I'll just say actually right off the bat that even though Fall Fest has officially ended, of course it ended last month in September, Fall Fest soda is still available in the W shop for e-store points, and you'll be able to find those in the new and promo section of the shop. And of course, last episode, Mandy.
Yes, last episode we gave away a community code for a Fall Fest soda, and we showed off some of the great prizes you can win too, right? So if you didn't watch last episode, then there are a couple of good reasons to go back and check it out.
Absolutely. So you can find that episode at our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Webkinz and search for Podkinz episode 68. Listen to the episode, find that community code. We actually mentioned it at the end of the episode. And all you have to do is go to webkinz.com and enter it at the code shop.
Right.
But remember, that code expires November 30th, so you only have a few weeks left to grab that code. But, of course, every time you feed your pet one of those sodas, you get a really cool prize that wasn't available from the Floaty Clicky Leaves. And you have a chance, of course, to win that grand prize, which is the Apple Farm Barn. And that was an awesome item.
That was beautiful. That was the one that was sort of like the soft brown. So
yeah, like a
really,
weathered wood kind of look. Yeah.
Really a beautiful barn. So good luck, everybody.
Yeah, so also we recently had a vote on Webkinz News. The Webkinz News community voted for a new room theme that will be released in the W shop for Christmas. I know we're talking about Christmas already. It's not even Halloween.
I know. But the thing about Webkinz, it's funny because you were saying that Halloween started on October 1st. Of course, our Halloween pet design contest started, I think, in June or July.
That's right.
We work with these great artists who need time to create the items, and then we have to get them working in the rooms.
Absolutely.
So that's why sometimes we do have to talk about things pretty early.
Yeah. So, and you're talking about the Gargowl, which turned out so well. I love it.
Yeah, that was by JRZ 2000, and we're going to be telling you a little more about that Gargowl.
Very cool. So for our vote that happened from September 26th to 28th, for that new Christmas theme, actually players had 3 themes to choose from. There's the gingerbread one, there was the Christmas shopping one, and then there was a countryside Christmas one. And the countryside Christmas one actually won.
Oh, I was going to say, I hope the gingerbread one won because that was my favorite. But you know what? I didn't have a vote.
Well, you might be surprised this Christmas season seeing some gingerbread themed items popping up here and there. So that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I did love that one. I love them all, though.
Yeah, but as you say, it does take some time for the artists to create all of these items. And so we're going to be showing off concept drawings for the new Countryside Christmas theme as they're being created on Webkinz News. And you're going to see the first look at some of the concept drawings for that theme on October 15th. So stay tuned for that. And of course, that final theme, the Countryside Christmas theme, will be released in the W shop on December 1st. So.
And that was the one that was outdoor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's going to be beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so beautiful. And you know what? I love when we have our episodes about when we invite the artists to the podcast and talk to them about all their inspiration behind all these items. Of course, Mike was there, and I love those episodes, so we're going to have to definitely do one this year.
Because it's so interesting, the process.
Yeah, they're just so beautiful. We've got very talented people working here.
We sure do.
Yeah, so now moving on to Halloween. Mandy, of course, it's Halloween, as I mentioned before, in Webkinz World. And this year, we kind of have an overall theme, and it's the Haunted Hotel.
Which is so great because we just released our hotel a couple of months ago, right?
Absolutely.
And now this is a sort of freaky twist on it.
Yeah, so you can collect these Haunted Hotel prizes by playing your mission chains. We're going to have a floaty clicky. There's a challenge. And then you can use them, as you said, to create a haunted hotel in your pet's room. So they're kind of modeled after items from the hotel theme, but they have a haunted twist on them. And some of them have some really neat animations to them, which we'll show you at the end of this episode. But I should say, stay tuned because from October 20th to 25th, 1st, you're going to be able to find the ghost in the clubhouse. And when you click on him 12 times and collect all 12 candies, you win a grand prize, which we're announcing here for the first time. It's the Freaky Forest Wallpaper. And it's a beautiful wallpaper, and built into the wallpaper is a haunted hotel. And you'll see later on how you can kind of create your own interior and exterior haunted hotel with those items. So it's so exciting.
Can't wait, because you know what? I've seen some of the items, but I have not yet seen this wallpaper.
Okay.
So this is going to be first for me.
It'll be a first look for a lot of you then. Very cool. And just to wrap things up, by the way, you can always visit webkinznews.com to find out everything that's going on for Halloween. We post articles there daily. Actually, no, 2 more announcements.
Yeah.
Mandy, on Halloween, we have a special printout that you can give out to trick-or-treaters, right?
Exactly. We're going to be putting it up on Webkinz News sometime next week. And it's actually a sheet where we've printed a bunch of community codes for a gargoyle gargoyle.
Cool.
Which I know. So it's like a statue based on this new gargoyle pet.
So it's not the pet itself.
It's not the pet. It's like a statue that you can put in your room. And so the idea is we're going to print, I think, about 8 to a sheet. And then you can cut them up and you can give them out as treats on Halloween when trick-or-treaters come around. So
Very
you might want
cool.
to print out a bunch and cut them out and throw them in with the candy. And
Awesome. And of course, you can keep one for yourself,
Of
too.
Of course.
So you can take that code and enter it at the code shop on webkinz.com, and you'll get the gargoyle
gargoyle
statue, which actually is really, really cool.
It is
And you can
cool.
add it to your room or your Freaky Forest or wherever you want to add that.
Exactly. And that one also expires on November 30th.
So stay tuned to Webkinz News for that special printout. And finally, I want to announce that stay tuned to Webkinz News on November 1st, the day after Halloween, because Mayor Cowbell has a special announcement. And of course, Mayor Cowbell was the first ever mayor of Kinsville. So I wonder what that announcement could be about, Mandy.
I don't know, but she's been doing a fabulous job. But, you know, there are some big things going on in the world and some elections happening.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We're going to have, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. But you know what? We're coming to the end of the year. I mean, the last kind of 3 months of the year. And I mean, this year was so packed with all these different events and special things happening in Webkinz World. Just wait until, you know, the last stretch of this year, because of course, that's when we really have a lot of events for Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and everything. So really, really exciting. So there you go. Now, Mandy, why don't we check to see what's in our KinzPost?
All right, let's check it out. We've got a few KinzPosts here, and the first one is from Catherine. And Catherine says, "Hello, I am very sorry to bother you, but I don't know who to contact. If it is possible, would you please just take a moment to point me in the right direction and to the right person to contact? I have a suggestion/question about a few items in Webkinz World that I would like to put forward. It is regarding the workability/actions of an item. Thank you in advance for your time and attention to this. I appreciate it very much. Catherine."
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you for your email, Catherine. Of course, it's no bother. You can send us an email at any time at podkinz@gans.com. I replied to Catherine's email and I said, yeah, if you want to contact us, that's the email that you can reach us directly. You can also leave a post on a Webkinz News article if you have some ideas or suggestions or questions. And, you know, we often are reading and looking through those and actually even replying to a lot of those posts as well. So, yeah, that's the best way to contact us, through our email right here at Podkinz or at Webkinz News. So thanks for your question, Catherine.
Great. And we have another one from Peggy135. And Peggy135 says, "Dear Podkinz, you guys have a great podcast. I love listening to you guys tell us about upcoming events and other things in Webkinz World.
Aw.
As
That's nice.
soon as I see that you have uploaded a new one, I always listen to it right away. But I have a question. Does Webkinz ever bring back retired items? Because I have been looking for plummy glasses. I think maybe she means plumpy
Yes.
glasses everywhere. Nobody wants to trade them, but I really want them. Could Webkinz bring them back, or at least put them on the wheel of the month or something? Just once, please. Thank you so much. Love, Peggy135.
Cute. That's nice. You know what? I don't even have a pair of these plumpy glasses, but these plumpy glasses, the notorious plumpy glasses, were available in the W shop a long time ago when the game was first launched. And so they were retired.
But we do sometimes bring
Yeah.
back stuff, right? Like If people
Absolutely.
keep watching for it,
Yeah.
you never know.
No, absolutely. You never know, because we have different wheels and events and different giveaways and community codes, and we have done so in the past. So who knows? You might see them in the game in the future, but, keep trying to trade. That's my biggest suggestion to Peggy135 here is keep trying your luck at the trading room because you never know what you're going to find there, including retired items and really older items. So you never know, Peggy, but good luck on your quest to find those glasses. I just want to say
keep
that,
your eyes open.
yeah, and that's one of the fun things that I love about Webkinz is that, if you're working on a special room design or you see something from the past that you really liked, a large portion of the fun is trying to seek it out and try to find it. It's like a big adventure looking for these artifacts. So.
Exactly, because there are different places to find them, and sometimes things come back, and sometimes things go away. So
And there's thousands and thousands and thousands and stuff. So, but thanks for your email.
Our final KinzPost is from DJH89, and they say, "Hey guys, it's DJH89 here, and I'm writing to say I'm so excited for the Countryside Christmas theme. That was the one I hoped would win. The last few days I was really nervous waiting for the voting results to be in. I was so happy to hear about the new theme being picked. I love Podkinz and have a few suggestions for the Countryside Christmas items and names for the items too. I'd love to see countryside items like some cozy Christmas cabins to put in your pet's yard. It would be neat to see a snowy sledding hill. It would be cool to have some loved ones' lanterns to light a Webkinz walkway, for example. One more thought. I'd love to see some country fencing, but with garland or holly around it. It could be festive farm fencing. Those are great ideas.
They are really good ideas.
DJH89 should come work here with us.
Absolutely. Hired. No. No, but those are great suggestions. You know what? I think you'll see a lot of those suggestions that they're saying here in the actual final theme, but I love the name suggestions as well.
Yeah, really creative.
Yeah, and I should say that none of the names have actually been chosen yet, and a great way to leave those name suggestions are when we post these concept drawings on Webkinz News. Whenever we do that, people leave their name suggestions, but we will take those name suggestions in mind, DJH89, because they're great. Thank you, everybody who sent us a KinzPost. You can send us an email at podkinz@gans.com, and who knows, maybe we'll read your letter on the air. Hey, so Mandy, speaking of votes, we have another vote coming up soon, correct?
We do. People who have purchased 1-year deluxe memberships in the past probably know that when you do purchase that, you get a super deluxe item, which they are really, really cool items. There have been like roller coasters, and really cool rides. And last year, we actually had one designed by one of our players, Fox's Rules.
That's right.
Yeah, and it was the Adventure Park water ride.
That's a beautiful item.
It is beautiful, but now it's time for a new one. So on Webkinz News, we actually invited our players to give us suggestions, and we're still brainstorming. So, we're not quite sure what the choices are going to be, but we're going to be narrowing it down soon. Then, when we have it narrowed down to 3, we're going to have the artists do some concept drawings, and we're going to invite everybody to vote.
Very cool. I love what we've been doing recently on Webkinz News and just involving everyone in the community, and everybody has a say, and everybody has a say in the design and things that we come up with. I think it's great because it really makes Webkinz feel like everybody's
part of the world.
Yeah, there you go. But no, that sounds exciting. And so if people really want that water slide, they still have up until the end of the year to get a 1-year deluxe membership, and they're going to get that when they unlock that membership on their account, correct?
Exactly, yes. If you buy a 1-year deluxe membership in 2016, you'll get the Adventure Park water ride.
Very cool. So lots of stuff happening like we were mentioning before. So Mandy, I have a few quick questions for you and everyone listening, of course, because I wanted to ask about your Halloween favorites. Because, I thought of this segment. This was inspired a little bit by a movie showcase video that we recently posted on Webkinz News, and it was created by Google Lover 021, and in the video revealed their fall favorites. So I think there was 10 fall favorites, like your favorite foods for fall and your favorite activities. I thought it was really interesting, and so I wanted to ask you, Mandy, about your Halloween favorites. And guys, you know what? Post your answers to my questions below the article of this Podkinz, episode 69 on Webkinz News, because I'd love to hear what your Halloween favorites are as well. So first of all, here is a classic question. Mandy, what is your favorite kind of candy of all time? I guess it doesn't even have to be Halloween candy.
Well, oh, I thought about this one, and this is a hard one because there are so many,
Or
and,
chocolate bar,
I know.
whatever you
Well,
want.
yeah, it
Yeah.
would be chocolate. I'm
Okay.
not really a candy eater, but I do like chocolate. And my family's British, so I do like a lot of British chocolates, but I did think of one because a lot of our players are American. I think Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are
Right?
everybody enjoys those, don't they? Because that's one that I really love.
I think, I was thinking of the chocolate bar question, and I think that might have to be Twix.
Oh, yeah, Twix are good.
Because Twix are good because not only is it good because they have that cookie and caramel center,
Yes.
which I love the caramel, but they come with two sort of bars. So
I
I
know.
always remember getting them as a kid and everything, and I always felt like I was getting more because I'd finish the first bar and I'd have the other one.
See, I would also have said Smarties, but in America, Smarties are different than they are in
Right.
Canada, so that's why I didn't choose Smarties.
And is Kit Kat different too or something?
I see, I'm not sure if they have
I
those
don't know
in the
if they
United
have Kit Kat.
States, yeah.
But anyway, that's like a cookie center as well, like the
Yeah.
Twix. So interesting, guys. Leave us your answers to what your favorite chocolate bar or candy of all time is. And so, Mandy, another question for you here. This is a two-part question. So the first question is, what's your favorite Halloween costume from your past that you've actually put together? I'm horrible at putting together Halloween costumes, by the way.
Well, you know what? This is a pretty old one for Webkinz Plays, but I have a friend named Mark, and of course, my name is Mandy. And so one year we went as Mork and Mindy, which is a really
Oh
old
my
TV
gosh.
show from the 70s.
That was
Yes.
even before my time, Mandy.
So that was kind of fun.
Cute.
Yeah, it was easy for me because she just looks like a normal woman, and then Mark wore all red with a silver triangle on him, which was what Mork used to wear. And another year we went as M&Ms because again, Mark and Mandy.
Cute.
So that
Very
worked
cool.
well. Yeah.
That's funny that you mentioned that because that kind of team costume, as I mentioned before, I'm not really great at putting together costumes. So this was one when I was really young, and it was my sister and I went trick-or-treating together. And I went as Jack. I mentioned this actually on a previous podcast, but I went as Jack and she went as Jill. So that was kind of fun, the storybook characters. And it was really easy, too, because all I had to do was carry around a pail.
And
that I
what
would
did your
keep my
sister
candy.
carry?
I don't know. I don't think she did anything. It was the pail and my like a bandage around my head. I had to do all the work. She just had to come with me. It's like, hey, we're Jack and Jill.
Oh, cute.
Easiest costume, by the way, ever, but it was really, really cute.
No.
Yeah, but so I wanted to ask you as well, for the second part of this question, is what is the best Halloween costume that you've seen someone else wear?
Well, you know what? I know someone who dressed as an onion for Halloween.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I know it was really cool, and everybody was raving about this costume. I mean, everyone in the neighborhood told him he had the best costume.
That is
so
funny.
It was very funny. It was very cool. What about you?
For that onion, actually, I have a question. Was one of the accessories like a box of tissues or something walking around? Because you'd expect that everybody, would cry when you see them because
You
that'd
would
be
think
cute.
so, but yeah, the onion didn't actually have any arms. So
Well, okay then.
their mother had to actually carry their Halloween bag.
That is funny. That's cute.
It was very cute.
Well, for me, actually, I was trying to think of this and, think of the team costume again. I remember going trick-or-treating one year and seeing these two kids, I guess, dressed up as a horse. So they
Oh,
were wearing this big
cool.
horse costume. So it was a giant horse running down the street, which was awesome. And it made it look really big because it had a big head, of course, as well. But also, I remember a couple years ago for Halloween here in the office, Maurizio, who's been on this podcast and everything before, he is the artist, lead artist here, and he showed up one year as Goober from Goober's Lab.
Oh my God. You know what? The artists here often dress up and they have amazing costumes. So I can
Yes.
believe that Maurizio probably was a great goober.
Oh my gosh. Unrecognizable and amazing. So, guys, as we mentioned before, leave us your favorites in the comments section below. And hey,
And tell us what you're going to be this year, too.
tell us what you're going to be this year. Tell what your pets are going to be this year. We're excited to read your comments. All right, Mandy, so here we go. I wanted to show you 3 rooms quickly. Now, remember I was talking about that trick-or-treat event in the clubhouse? Well, here it is. It's the Freaky Forest Wallpaper. How cool is that?
That is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh.
I know. And so, of course, it matches perfectly with the Freaky Forest room theme, like the trees here
Yes.
and the grass and stuff. But look at this. There's a haunted hotel that's
Oh.
actually built into the wallpaper. And if you set up a room right next to the haunted hotel, or if you add a room to your Freaky Forest, the placement looks like it's actually leading into the
Goes
hotel.
right in.
So
Oh,
it's really
wow.
cool. Yeah, so here I've built my own Freaky Forest. And here, kind of on this side of the bridge, this is my pet, by the way. He's wearing one of the dragon
Oh,
dragon
cute.
costume. Yeah, that's available available through the Jack-o'-lantern floaty clicky that's happening from October 20th to 31st. So while you're waiting or looking for that ghost in the clubhouse, look for those Jack-o'-lantern floaty clickies, and you can click on them to get a costume piece. So that's what he is wearing. Now, here's supposed to be the peaceful side of the forest. And then, you can actually click on the bridge and your pet will sit in the middle and cross over to the Freaky Forest side. I love this, by the way. It's an e-store item. It's available in the W shop for e-store points, and it's a kind of a ghost ship that your pet can ride. Yeah, it's really, really neat. But anyway, I'm going to go into the hotel and show you the interior of my haunted hotel that I've set up using prizes from this year's collection event. Here is my haunted hotel front lobby.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Look at that elevator.
Yeah, so I built this actually in a medium-sized room because I found that hotel looked more like a little motel or something like that. But one of my favorite items, you can get it from the Halloween challenge, is this hotel lobby desk. Look familiar?
It does. It looks a little beat up now, though.
Exactly. But when you click on it, look what happens. Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
A bell rings, and there's a hotel staff employee who is working there, and it is a ghost.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you can get that from the Halloween challenge. You can get this wallpaper from the challenge, and you can also get this elevator from the challenge, and this animates as well. I'll show you that. So when I click on it, the elevator opens. Looks kind of dangerous.
It does.
And there's a ghost.
Oh, no.
I think that's a spooky zum that's hovering there. So really, really cute. And, of course, you can close the door again.
Now, are those rugs the green blobs
Those
of
ones,
goo?
yeah, they are. They are. They work as rugs. You can actually edit them, but and move them around. But they were from a previous Halloween room theme. So if you don't have any yourself, I'm sure you can find some in the trading room. This same with this ooze chest. But I should mention that this haunted hotel flooring is available for e-store points this year in the W shop. You'll find it in the new and promo section of the W shop. You can use the e-store points to get them. And same with this snack cart fridge, but it's haunted. Look what happens when I click on it. So there's a ghost. So again, like it looks like the snack cart fridge that we released in the hotel theme.
Yeah.
But it's just been hauntified.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. So if you want to really take that haunted hotel to the next level, you can pick up one of those. But I just love this hotel desk.
Oh, the whole thing is amazing with all the ghosts popping out of everywhere. But yeah, she looks like quite a character, that old lady sitting at the desk.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you one more room, and it's a haunted hotel room. Look at these beds, okay?
Oh.
This is really cool. It's our version of the hotel bed, but it's been hauntified, and there's some animation to it. You'll see some arms reaching out from under.
I see that.
So pretty spooky, pretty creepy.
That picture's been around for a while, right?
Yes.
That's a classic Webkinz item. I love it with the eyeball.
I should mention that these beds are going to be available in the W shop for e-store points as well.
Okay.
And if you really want to hauntify your hotel, they're awesome. So we have a new Dark Wizard theme, and this was part of that. It was a clock, and these windows were from an old Halloween room theme as well. But Mandy, every weekend in October, we're giving away a community code for a really cool Halloween item, and you can win those windows one of those weekends.
Exactly. I think that the first weekend, October 7th, is the creepy closet. And then I believe the 14th is the window. And the 21st is the slimy sink. And the final one is a ghastly grave.
Awesome. So those would look awesome in your haunted hotels or your freaky forests. So there you go. And you know what? This side table is just from the hotel theme from the W shop, and same with the chair. But you can see it works perfectly.
Exactly.
So there you go, guys. And happy Halloween to everybody listening.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, and by the way, please send us screenshots of your haunted hotels and freaky forests, because on our next podcast, we're going to be showing those off to everybody. And who knows, maybe giving away a community code as well. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to that. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Webkinz so you will always know when we release a new Podkinz. But Mandy, happy Halloween to you, and thank you so much for hosting with me again.
You too, Michael. Happy Halloween.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.